Hey everybody, welcome back live at Drew's house, Joppa Afternoon Drive. How are y'all doing out there? It's feeling like summer again now, isn't it? Huh? We're there. Jay Willett joins us, my good friend from WBZ News Radio. You'll find him on the radio there. You'll find him on Instagram doing amazing videos, actually. I'm envious of how good he is at his videos. So go check those things out. We'll give out his Instagram handles later. But how are you, Jay? Good to see you.
I'm good. I'm great.
Yeah.
Great to be back here. Second time.
Yeah.
Very excited to be back.
Second time, and you came from you're a South Shore boy, and you got here all by memory.
Yeah. Yep. And there was traffic too. I mean,
Yeah.
I left early. I said, I have no idea how long it takes to get there. And I just kind of played a game with myself and said, let's see if I can make it there.
Yeah, traffic is bad today, which is something we say a lot in the Boston area.
Yeah. Yeah. Why do we live here when the traffic's so bad?
I say it a lot, but there's something in the water. It keeps us coming back, right? Yeah. It must be. The reason why you are here. Why are you here again? Remind me?
You just had a goalie, like guitarist, and I don't know why I'm here.
Yeah, he is the high school goaltender.
I bike a lot. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. Pan Mass Challenge in August is when we set off again here. Not your first time doing it, but it's what training must be like full-fledged right now, or what?
Well, it's funny you say that.
Yeah.
I think, last year was my first. This is my second. I know what to expect now. Okay. And I can safely say that last year I went a little crazy. I think I was doing like 50, 60-mile rides in between working and all reporting and everything. So I think I have dialed it back a little bit to a point where it's manageable. You go on one little 20-mile ride during the week, and then you do like a longer 50, 60 maybe on the weekend if you can sneak it in. But
sure,
really the key is staying in shape, I think.
You get and you're getting older, so you got to be careful.
Yeah, I am, Drew.
I'm much older than him. It's crazy.
Thank you, Drew. Yes, I'm basically bones at this point.
Oh,
I feel that way.
What is a 50-mile? How long does a 50-mile bike ride take you at your, expert level?
Just expert level, yeah. Yeah, right. It's funny. People treat me like an expert because I've done it the one time. Yeah. Like, we have a bunch of new people on the team.
I'm still going with expert.
Okay, fair enough.
You look like a biker. You do. You get the whole...
Yeah, I got the long build. I can reach the pedals. It's great.
I'm doing all the cliches, aren't I?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. People think that I've done it the one time and I know everything there is to know, but I had to get a whole new chain this year because I just wasn't taking care of it the right way, and so I've learned that the hard way.
Last year, didn't you break your chain?
My tire.
Oh, your tire.
My tire popped.
Like almost right away, right? Or...
Like 2 seconds in. And I bought the tubeless tire, so they're filled with sealant, so it kind of took care of that. This year, I'm having a lot more problems with my tires. I'm just like popping them left and right, like along the Esplanade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's just like people leaving nails everywhere.
Yeah.
Glass.
Glass and nails, yeah.
So I think I don't know. I think I kind of have to hold off on city rides for a while and just kind of stick to the suburbs for a bit, just for my own wallet's sake.
No calling AAA, right?
No.
Walking that baby home?
I don't know. You change it on the side of the road. You either put like a temporary tire on, or you could wheel it to the nearest bike shop.
Do you always carry a temporary?
I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you do.
Just in case. It's like things can go horribly, horribly wrong. I mean, with the PMC, it's different because you do almost have AAA on the ride route because Landry's Bicycle, shout out to them, I guess. They are good.
Yeah.
They kind of have vans going up and down and making sure people are all tuned up and at the water stops and whatnot. So
that's nice.
Yeah, they were the ones that checked me out and said, "No, you're good. You had sealant in your tires, so you're good to go." But I was super like, oh, my tire popped and it started spewing white rubber at me. And
so first time you're doing the Pan Mass Challenge, you pop your tire 2 miles in, and you're like, maybe I am, maybe this is a mess.
I said, uh-oh. And I was doing
Your brother was out there, right?
I was with my brother, and his reaction was classic, which was, oh, man. And then he sped off.
Yeah, I'll see you.
He's like, I'll see you at the finish. I'm like, all right, man.
Is he doing it again?
He is. He's doing it with a bunch of friends. Cool. So it's the team's back together.
Nice.
Doing this another go.
Are you guys all like the same team?
Yeah.
So how big is the team?
Oh, geez. I think we've reached the 20s at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, I think last year we were like 14, 15 people, and now we're at like 20 or something.
You guys are a big chunk of this thing.
I don't know. There's teams out there that are massive.
Yeah.
And kudos to them. They have like I can't even imagine what they're like. Us, it's like an email chain of like, what do you think, fellas? You want to go out for a ride? The weather's looking okay. And we go out, and then it's like raining, and we're like, oh, let's go get brunch. You know, it's...
Well, so many great causes are a part of this as well. Remind everybody, I know you talked about it last time, but remind everybody what you do it for.
Sure, yeah. So we're all raising money for Dana-Farber to fight cancer and to research cancer. And that's ultimately the charity that it goes to. But then you have different teams that are writing for specific cancers and family members who have died from certain types of cancers. For us, it's kind of a general cancer drive or cancer ride, just because it started out with raising money because my father passed, but then it went on to be kind of like collective. I'm from Duxbury, Massachusetts, and so it became kind of like a collective like town, like, oh, my dad's friends, they either had family members who had cancer or they themselves had cancer. It's just like it spread, people, and that's how kind of this disease works, is like ultimately as you get older, more and more people have run-ins with it, whether it be
every family,
it's serious. It's just like everyone has some connection to it. So kind of using those connections rather than kind of looking at it in a negative light, we can use those connections and be like, oh, someone who has cancer, like we're doing this drive. Because the thing is, like, when you're doing the trials at Dana-Farber, as someone from the outside looking in, you think to yourself, like, there's nothing I can do. I'm not a medical professional. I don't know anything going on here. I feel kind of useless. I'm not a good cook. Like some people will like cook meals and whatnot. Yeah. And I couldn't even do that at the time. So.
I got a good radio voice.
I have a great radio voice, and I have working legs. So this was so the PMC is like a great way to kind of turn that feeling of like uselessness into something positive, I think, where you can kind of just raise some money and direct some energy to the people who do have those skills, and they do have the utility to do something about it. Did
Dad have a lot of Dana-Farber doctors? Is that why that was the choice?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was treated for a long time, and I would say that they probably extended his life, just with treatments, and he did trials, and it truly is like they're miracle workers in the sense that they make you feel comfortable, even if you're not the patient. Like they just kind of work with families in general. Like they have a whole crew. And my mom actually, at the time, she was stay-at-home mom, and then after my dad passed, she kind of took up the mantle and wanted to kind of pay back to Dana-Farber, who really got us through this horrible time. And then she now works at Dana-Farber.
Is that right?
And helps cancer patients get rides home from trials and clinics and whatnot. So it is kind of like my entire family kind of revolves around kind of healing from something like this. Just the damage it can do, not just physically, but to you as a person.
That's cool. I didn't know that mom stories. That's
shout out. Hi, Mom.
Did you have a good Mother's Day? Did you get flowers?
Yes, got the flowers.
Got a boy.
Went home.
Yeah.
Had a nice little BBQ. It was great. It was
Lovely.
Great.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
So because anybody who's gone through that with a loved one, it's like they do say it's, especially in Boston, you're so spoiled with the healthcare. They do kind of in many ways become like family. It's like you spend so much time with them, and they're they pour their heart and soul into that stuff. So you could see why people would want to go back and give back and do stuff like the Pan Mass Challenge. It all makes sense to me.
Yeah. And kudos to her. She puts up with a lot. Like my brother, for instance. I'm just.
Oh yeah, throw him under the bus.
I'm kidding.
Good. Jay Willett joining us here, WBZ News Radio reporter. He does a lot of great work over there. You can go check out some of his work. Want to throw out the Instagram handle? Just
Reporter Blue Jay.
There you go.
Check it out.
Which is how I call him in the newsroom.
Or WBZ News Radio. Yeah.
We have so many J's in the WBZ family that you differentiated yourself with Blue Jay.
Well, I don't know if I did. I just kind of said one time that people called me Blue Jay once, and then I think it stuck.
Okay.
And then that was it. I mean, I had grown up not knowing any other Jays, and
yeah, I thought you were going to say I've grown up loving birds.
I guess. I don't know.
Birds are cool.
Birds are cool. Yeah. Blue Jays are kind of aggressive, though. They're like...
and the Toronto Blue Jays aren't anything special.
Yeah, I haven't been keeping track of them. Are they?
Yeah, they're struggling a little.
Oh, okay.
AL East rivals.
And it checks out.
Who wants to root for them? I'm just kidding. Toronto's a lovely city.
Shout out Canada.
You ever been to Toronto? It is lovely.
I have not. I have not been to Toronto.
I went there. We did the old Sky Dome trip.
Sky Dome.
Yeah, I think it's still called the Sky Dome, or maybe there's another name before it. But yeah, it was one of the. It was. I think it was still fairly new. I was young when I went, but they have like the Hard Rock Cafe out there. I remember having a family little birthday out there for somebody in the family, and yeah, it was fun.
I have a friend moving out there, so I imagine I could cross the border and go. And
yeah.
I'm
sure they'll let you in.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I'm going to see F1 in Montreal in June.
Okay, I did not know that. Another fun city. You ever been to Montreal?
I have been to Montreal.
Yeah,
yes.
You can get yourself into some good trouble there.
Hockey guy over here, so I've been to Montreal.
Yeah.
They're fun folk, but yeah.
I went to. I can keep this story pretty PG. I went to a Bruins Canadians playoff game.
Big game.
Remember when? You're probably too young, but do you remember Andrew Raycroft? He was the goalie.
Yes.
Good goalie. He works for Nesson now.
Yeah.
But Andrew Raycroft was the goalie, and I had myself an Andrew Raycroft Bruins jersey. We took one of those buses from Boston. They include the ticket, the travel, and
wow.
It's all so it's all Bruins fans on this bus.
Yeah.
Fun trip. I did it with
long trip.
My dad. Yeah. On the bus thing though, it makes it.
The ambiance.
It's fun. They got TVs.
You're
people
all
are talking.
cheering. Okay.
Not necessarily cheering, but it's all excitement of the game. It's all build up.
Getting rowdy.
It's all being rowdy. And I remember stepping out. We went up to the hotel, dropped my stuff off, and we were going to go see the city. And the first 3 cars that come by, I'm wearing my Raycroft jersey, all hit the horn and give me the middle finger. And I said, "We are in a different environment here." And it was crazy. Like they were in the arena. They were dangling a bear off the balcony, like hanging up there, and the guy saw me. I was a young high schooler too. I was my growth spurt had started later. Picked on a young kid.
Yeah.
Started following me around with the bear and swinging it over. It was
it's generational.
Yeah, my dad was like, "Listen, don't do anything. Just smile. You don't want to get involved."
Well, when you're away like that, I mean, you're on their turf. It's kind of.
And there is some hockey passion.
I mean.
Probably the most. I can't imagine.
Probably the most. Yeah, I would say. I mean, Vancouver burned to the ground when we beat them. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. That was like Stanley Cup. I feel like that was like Stanley Cup Canadian anger, but I feel like in Montreal, they are the story every night when they play. There's nothing else.
Yeah, so. It was the same deal when I played them. When I played hockey, there was once in a while a language barrier because these kids would speak French, and I wouldn't need to know what they were saying. I knew that they were talking trash, just based on their mannerisms and whatnot. And we used to just get into it, and we would just be like, "Well, you're."
That's right. So then he learned French.
So then I learned French, so I could talk back to him. And yeah.
Were you big? You play hockey in the high school?
Yeah, not like varsity or anything like that. I mean, with my family, it was like winter sports 100%. We all were required to learn how to skate and ski and all
you're a big ski family.
We all had to learn winter sports at a young age. So I did it up until probably midway through high school, and then I kind of was like, you know what, I'm not playing varsity. I'm not. I'm big, but I'm not I'm not deking anybody or anything like that. So
you're still a big skier to this day, though.
Oh yeah, I like to ski. I've been snowboarding too, which is a lot of fun. Falling.
A lot of fun falling.
Yeah.
Does lovely girlfriend Natalie do the same?
She skis. Yeah.
She skis.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Good trips away.
Good trips away. We like to go to the Adirondacks when we can, but it's far.
That's hilarious. Jay Willett joining us here live at Drew's House Joppa Afternoon Drive. Big thanks again to Maeve Power producing the show and doing long run here for Maeve. She's every time I say that, I'm like, it's not like she's leaving, but it's been she's been a part of this show now for Maeve. I want a number on that at some point here. I want to figure out exactly when you started because I can't think of any time before.
You don't even remember when did I start? Here's a pop quiz.
Oh God, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Absolutely no idea. I would say you're probably longer than I think. You're probably. Oh, this is hard.
Oh yeah.
3.5 years ago. Did I get it?
On the money.
Wow.
That was really good.
There you go.
That was really good.
I remember a young Blue Jay walking into the WBZ newsroom.
Scared out of his mind.
Were you scared?
I think I was nervous.
I remember an old timer once saying to me, and you do kind of forget. I guess I don't really remember walking into the old newsroom on Soldiers Field Road.
Soldiers Field Road. There it is.
He always says it like we're old timers. But I remember an older anchor telling me it's like people you forget, but it's a very intimidating place to walk into.
Well, I think it's just you walk into a newsroom, especially when everyone is like long time there. They like if you walked in. I feel like if I was an outsider walking in these days, I would just be like, these people all know what they're doing, and I have no idea where I fit in this like cog of like it's like a machine. Yeah. So like where do you kind of slip in as a new person? It's tough. So I try to cater to the new folk. Shout out to the new people.
You're a good bridge. You have the ability to connect with the older people and the Jeff Browns of the world.
Jeff Brown. Shout out to Jeff Brown.
Yeah, he's got a good run going on morning anchor too.
Yeah.
Maeve. This show, May 2023, coming up on, we've just hit 2 years. 2 years for Maeve. I knew it must have been that long.
Did you sell it? You got to celebrate anniversary or something.
I know. We should do something.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Wheels spinning now. Very good. I like it. We like parties here.
When's mine? Do I get one in September?
We'll discuss more, yes.
Okay.
Pat Mass Challenge, so early August. This is... I mean, you're not really. It's not like a huge training regimen, but you're anything you need to anything you were learning from last time. Any?
Yeah.
Do you have to eat different? Like stay in shape?
Oh, it's definitely stay in shape. I think this year is going to be a little more taxing for me because I'm doing a half marathon in July.
Oh, look at you.
So
which one?
Oh gosh, the Narragansett.
Oh, okay.
But it's not actually in Rhode Island. It's like the Narragansett Beer Company.
Oh yeah.
Is sponsoring it, I believe. So
beer and running.
They do say, I mean, all these like half marathons and 5Ks, they're like, and you have 2 beer tickets after you finish. And let me tell you, I've done a few races now, and I'm like, I don't want a beer right after. It's like in the summer. But, PMC is another thing. Like, you get to Mass Maritime, and they're like, you have Sam Adams Tap right over here, like right after you finish in the Athletes Village, and I'm just like, you guys go have fun. I'm gonna take a second and
let me just breathe for
maybe
a moment.
Maybe that makes me weak. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't think that's the case.
Sheesh.
It is. So what's the biggest
routine?
challenge? Well, how far is the whole race? What is the hardest part? Give me like just a quick course layout.
It's over 160 miles over 2 days.
Okay.
And the first leg is shorter. I think it's 82 or something like that. I'm trying to do the math quickly.
Yeah.
And we go from Wellesley down to the Cape, MMA. And then we will go from there in Bourne to P-Town, Provincetown. So that's like a 75-mile trek. So
excuse the ignorance on this question, but is there do you sleep? What happens?
you do. You sleep at the academy.
Okay.
So the dorm rooms you sleep in, which I slept in last year, they're doable. Okay. Like people will complain and say, "Oh, sleeping at a military school is really hard on my back," and maybe it's just because I'm not a weathered individual, but it's fine. It's doable.
Yeah.
But people do stay in hotels and go home or whatever. But you're not forced to stay there.
Oh, I didn't. So do other people get hotels and stuff?
Some people do. Yeah.
So what is the majority though at the base camp?
I think for a good majority.
It feels like a lot of people there.
Yeah. Or what people will do is they'll bring tents.
Yeah.
So and that's interesting because you'll be walking around and suddenly you're like in someone's like little village.
Yeah.
And you're like walking around like trying to get like dinner or something at the tent. It's really, I mean, it's a big endeavor. Like it's
legitimate chaos then for like a night.
It feels like college. I mean, you're staying in a college, like everything, like the food's all there, the fuel, the whatever. Yep. There's massages that you can get.
Oh, I like that.
I did do that, and that was really nice. It was a student masseuse, and they were very good.
That's outstanding.
Yeah. So it is kind of chaos. But, you make of it what you will. You're walking between tents, you're getting the beer, you're listening. We have live music.
Yeah.
at the Athletes Village, there's something going on for everyone. So,
Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, kind of like a college campus / Olympic kind of feel.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
They say those Athletes Villages in the Olympics are crazy.
I'll never know what that's like, but
Since the hockey career ended.
yeah. Maybe if I stuck with it, I'd be,
What's where if people want to read more about your story and find all that stuff, where can are you using the professional Instagram page, or you got any personal stuff? Or
I struggle with that because I don't want to blend my fundraising in with my work too much. I mean, I did cover it last year as a journalist, and that was a new thing. It was a huge challenge. Which I don't think I'll be doing. I might take some video and post it online later, but I'm not going to be like kind of I'm not too strict with it this year. But I do struggle with it because it's hard to like mix journalism and fundraising. I feel like that's kind of a gray area. But if people are interested in my story and my team, you can go into PMC and just look up my name, Jay Willett. Should come up pretty easily. PMC's they've made it so easy to donate, which helps get donations. Lower the threshold and make the user experience like very fine-tuned, but that is like the easiest way to find it. There's a chance like I'll post on Reporter Blue Jay just like a link if you're interested, but again, like I don't really want to tag out with all of my reports like, and if you like that story, check out my biking charity. I hear you.
Well, this is obviously, you guys can tell Jay and I are very close here. We work many a morning, not every morning. He's kind of got a little bit of.
I'm kind of all over the place.
We're a little more of a flexible schedule these days, but he's been a great addition to the WBZ newsroom. 3.5 years ago.
I'm still an addition. I like that. I like that a lot.
You'll always be the young man
I'm
to me.
always the young man. And there's people way younger than me now, and it's crazy to think about. But
there's still some guys on our the BZ payroll, the iHeart payroll, that call me kid.
Yeah. The intern.
I was an intern too. That is also true.
Intern.
You got good journalistic questions. Any questions for me, the show? Anything you need to know about the North Shore here?
The North Shore.
Or Newburyport, or I don't know. What do you want to know?
I don't know. As a South Shore guy, I feel pretty ignorant of North Shore culture. I mean, I grew up thinking. I mean, I have cousins up here. They're out in Marblehead area and stuff like that, but
not too far. Good tennis team.
Good tennis team. Yep. I went to Gloucester recently for a story, and it was lovely.
Gloucester's lovely.
I loved just kind of the ambiance of the fishermen. I feel like there's a stronger. I mean, that's Fish City, but stronger fishing crowd than South Shore. We're kind of recreational guys, and we do it professionally, but.
Yeah, there's similarities between Gloucester and Newburyport, the two port cities. It's actually not that. It's weird because Gloucester's so far out in the ocean. It's not driving wise. You have to kind of, as I'm doing with my finger for those of you listening on the radio. But it's not a quick ride to Gloucester from here, but it's a quick boat ride.
I found that out the hard way. They said, all right, we'll have you come in at like 4 o'clock or something, and then I'm like, all right, it's 3. Like it can't take more than an hour. And I look at it, and I'm like, oh, it's classic Massachusetts driving.
Seriously, I'm a Danvers High guy. Gloucester was our rivals. Usually, it's like I'm sure same for South Shore. Your rival is usually at the town over or whatever.
Yes.
Gloucester's like 25, 35 minutes away, depending.
Really?
Yeah. It's many towns down the highway. And they take it to their football field. Their football field, one of their end zones is in the ocean.
Oh, that's cool.
So you gotta it's a drive.
I liked walking around there downtown. It is cool. It was cool.
Have you done the Newburyport downtown yet? I forget what we did last time.
No.
Did we go as a group last time?
We didn't.
We didn't.
No.
Might have to your time today.
Yeah.
Go see a little Newburyport.
I'd rather do something. I was thinking. I was like, there's a market basket. I'm like, oh, I don't have one of those. I'm like, oh.
There's no market baskets on the South Shore.
Well, not like one right next to me. Yeah.
South of Boston, but not quite South Shore.
South of Boston. Well, the South Shore, they have like a whole different setup. It's like some of the stuff is like bougie.
Gotcha.
And,
it's for another show.
Whole another.
Pan Mass Challenge. Jay Willett, go find his name. He's got a good story on there. And of course, everybody knows what the Pan Mass Challenge around here. Raises a lot of great money. And go check it out. Happens soon. August is going to be here before we know it.
I know.
Summer. That's my goal this year. We're slowing summer down.
Okay, how are we doing
I
that?
don't know. We can help me out. If you see me too coffeeed up and going on to the next thing, do what you do. He's told me to take a Drew, take a breather.
Take a breather.
Stop running around like a maniac.
I'll stop you from getting like a venti coffee. There's no way.
There's no stopping me on that.
How is that? How is I possibly do that? It's an impossible task.
Yeah, that's called an addiction, my friend. I need that coffee to get me going in the day.
I do cold brew, but you don't like it.
I don't
Just
like.
get on the cold brew.
I don't like the cold brew.
Ugh.
I think, and you know what? I probably tried it once, and I just didn't like it, or like didn't. It was just a little.
You just
different.
had one bad experience.
Yeah, maybe two. I do remember there was a push, like, you should try the cold brew. You should try the cold brew. And finally, it was like, I like my old school regular coffee.
Well, you can mess it up. You can definitely mess it up. It's like any other dish, you know?
Sure. I'm a simple man, though. I know what I like. And
I'm a simple man. I drink my venti coffee in the morning, and I'm jittery by the afternoon.
End with a good Blue Jay.
There you go.
Soldiers Field Road.
We're slowing down the summer, people.
Yeah, see?
You heard it here first.
Slowing it down.
Kick it by the pool. Go for a little stroll down Newburyport. Check out the downtown.
I've lost the plot. We're going to go do that next. Jay Willett, everybody. Nicely done, my friend. Live at Drew's house. Joppa Afternoon Drive. Thanks for coming in, my man.
Anytime.
Good luck with the Pan Mass Challenge.
Anytime I'll come in. Anytime. Seriously, anytime.
Coffee is here. Live at Drew's house. See you next time, everybody. Peace.
Peace.